Ooga fucking ooga cunts. Welcome to the Cuntstream. These are the cunts. I'm Schmeckle. We have my co-host, Wrath of Controversy. The rest of you, fucking introduce yourselves.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is starting?
Let's start with the cripple. But don't make fun of him tonight, guys. He seems kind of sensitive.
No, I'm not sensitive about that. My disability. I don't give a shit about that. You can call me a retard if you want. You can call me a retard if you want.
How can he be sensitive when he can't feel his fucking legs?
My tail's and the only news that's coming up on my channel is I'm doing a fundraiser on the 21st. 24 hours, so if anyone wants to join me.
To help.
He's also known on the internet as Chairview on YouTube. Hit the like and subscribe button, cunts.
Yep.
Now the woman.
Which woman?
Not the
You're
feminine.
a woman.
I forget sometimes, okay?
The one whose avatar looks like
woman.
a woman.
Go follow me on Twitter at Fern and Loathing, FEARNE, and Loathing. I'll tweet some offensive memes, and it'll be good.
Yep.
All right, now ape number 3.
Would that be me?
Yeah, that's you, Jim.
I'm Jim the Ape. I'm very easy to find on YouTube and Twitter. You know, like, subscribe, and hit the fucking bell. Because YouTube's being a bitch, so hit that fucking bell. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
YouTube being a bitch? When?
What? When did this happen?
So, how about our Lord and Savior in disguise?
Autobots, lick my ass. Optimus Christ on YouTube and Twitter at the True Optimus. There's some underscores in there. Lick my asshole if you can't figure them out.
Now the compass, right? The compass cunt.
Pretty sure that's a chaos wheel.
Chaos wheel.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the Chaos Star at best, but I go by Loki 3K. The 3K does not represent the KKK. It's just 3,000. It's an old gamer tag that I've been using for many years. But I'm from Silurius. That is not a slur. That is not anything else. It actually, if you look it up on Urban Dictionary, it means just a random outburst, an inebriated, drunken outburst in an attempt to sound smart. Yeah, and I do stuff on the internet. You'll see me around.
Yep.
Hi.
Now, the guy in the fantastic glasses.
Okay, you guys love those glasses. My name's Tim Huggins. I have the YouTube channel Politely Atheist. I just released my first video about Mormonism. Check it out. If you like anything about religion, philosophy, or politics, just I'll have a new video every week.
It's way more fun to be an impolite atheist, though.
Yep.
Too many fucking impolite atheists, man.
Do you talk about their silly underwear? Because I'm interested in learning more about.
He does mention it. When I finally get the audio recorded for one of his subsequent videos about Mormons, I'll go into a little more detail about it.
Yeah, I want to learn all about the underwear.
FYI, I do voice.
It's just a quick overview about the church, like what they believe, the history. If you want anything in depth, I mean, there's a lot of resources for it, but yeah, I just do quick overviews pretty much.
All right, now the Lesser Simeon.
Seems like we skipped 3 people, but fine. I'm Samaj. Do not follow me. Do not look me up. Do not type in the letters SEMAJZ on any search engine. And do not hit the like and subscribe button on anything you see. But I would appreciate it all the time.
I like that little reverse psychology fail you got going on.
What?
All right, and now the Tiki.
Just
Okay.
as an act of oppression, she gets to go last.
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck the patriarchy.
Receive
No,
my oppression.
I'm Tiki Bomber. I'm on YouTube. I'm also on Twitter at Tiki Bomber. And if you are following me, then you are currently watching me trigger people with the word think today.
The trigger word of the day is think.
While the word cunt means can't understand normal thinking.
Right? We used to use that in the Navy all the time.
Be the 100th person to say the word think today and win your own special triggered snowflake.
Bonus point.
Oh, I'm working on it.
Pronounce the
I'm
TA.
working on it.
By the way, did you know that fuck is short for
Fornication under consent of king.
Actually, I thought it was for unholy carnal knowledge.
That's wrong. Bullshit. That's not true.
Fucking hell.
And by the way, I want to clarify something. Sorry.
All right, to Google.
I
For
wasn't upset
unlawful
about Tim.
carnal knowledge.
Okay, I wasn't upset about Tim using the word retard so much as I'm upset just at the casual nature where he's just like, acting like it wasn't a big deal that they tortured somebody. You know, that's my only point. Is I'm just like, you can't be so nonchalant about torture when someone tortures somebody.
Getting ready
regardless
to
of
the
what their
topic
conditions
before we've
are.
introduced it to the stream, eh?
Yeah, I know.
So how about for all our viewers, whoever we have, what's been going on? What brought this up?
Yeah, what else is new?
Well, that's why I'm asking you.
I don't know. I've been too busy masturbating. Someone else tell them.
Well,
Okay.
yeah,
I thought you said viewers. I'm like, I'm not a viewer.
I didn't say no. I'm asking someone
Okay,
to.
so for the viewers, there was a lovely incident out of Chicago where 4 black people decided to befriend a nice person, a white person with learning difficulties, and
Special needs.
Really, I have not heard about that. Please tell us all about it.
well,
Oh,
they
God.
they transported him around in a stolen van and eventually ended up back in a nice little flat where they
You don't
made him
say.
drink out of a toilet and say, "I love black people and fuck white people, fuck Trump." They scalped him a little, just horsing around.
Yeah.
And then a neighbor was like, "Shut the fuck up." So the black girl was like, "Nah, fuck you. I'm going to break into your house and steal some shit." And then the police came. And then they found the boy wandering around in his underwear.
Can you be a newscaster? Because that would be so much more entertaining if it was told that way.
And he ended up having his own caricature on Family Guy as a naked, deaf, greased up guy.
Oh, man. Come on. Too soon. Maybe not, but it's still...
It's never too soon.
It was funny, but it's still
look,
fucked up.
hold on. I uninstalled my filter, and it will stay uninstalled.
That's good. I don't mind.
I was going to say, I thought you came without one.
No, I admit I still laugh, so it's okay. But in all seriousness, like, I mean, people are gonna downplay this and say, "Oh, it's schizophrenia, so his disability wasn't that bad." Blah blah blah, right?
The point is humans doing despicable shit to humans, which is why
that's what I say. It doesn't matter if he's disabled or not. What they did,
which is why I refuse to protect you fuckers anymore.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm a bit out of this, but Jerry, you're making a reference to how people are downplaying it because the guy's disabled. Has someone been saying that?
Wait, who's downplaying it because he was disabled?
No, I said they will start to do that because they're gonna come out and say, "Oh, it's only schizophrenia," that it's not.
If they start to downplay anything, they're going to downplay it by his race, not his disability, because disabled people are still protected.
Right. Right, but if it hasn't happened yet, then we'll just wait till someone has.
I'm just saying they all assumed it was autism at the very beginning, right?
So then let's wait until somebody downplays it and then kill them.
Yeah, let's not stoke the fires until it's happened yet.
Well, they already have the Ohuru, whatever his fucking name is.
Black Hitler.
Oh, okay.
Black Hitler.
I see what you're getting at now. Okay.
He was downplaying it though and saying, "Oh, these poor black people, these poor middle class black people that did this, they're so marginalized in society, and that's why they did it." And
but he's functionally retarded, so you have to give him some slack. It's not his fault. He was.
Well, that's the thing is that Okay, let's use the term retard in the sense of having your mental capacity retarded as in slowed down, right?
Well, if you want
does his
to
disability-
if you want to get statistical on it, compared to us Cybertronians, all you humans are retarded.
No, I just mean him specifically. Like, is his disability enough to really, limit his mental capacity? Is his mental state that of a 12-year-old?
I mean, he's got the capacity to brainwash white people to speak
No, I'm talking about
specifically
the
and
victim in
contrary to their
Chicago,
own
not
well-being.
Uhuru guy.
Oh, not the Chicago guy. Oh, I thought we were talking about Ghazi still.
Well, Ghazi's
Well,
Ghazi, but yeah.
See, ADD is a big spectrum. Like the ADD, ADHD spectrum is pretty big. So
I thought he was autism spectrum. The victim.
no,
Nope.
He's got schizophrenia and ADD. So he definitely.
I still haven't seen the evidence for that.
I will send you
all of the news stations.
You keep saying that, but I haven't seen anything yet.
All of the news stations are reporting it now. If you look it up in Google.
And you trust the news stations? Why?
Because it's more than one saying it. It's not just one. It's a.
Okay,
so hold on.
Lie about everything.
You do know that news stations are more concerned about getting news out there first and it actually being factual, right?
Yes, I know, but they're actually going through what happened in the actual courtroom. And that's when that information was revealed by the prosecutor.
It's been reported by the BBC and it's been reported by the alternative press as well.
And the ABC News and CNN and all those other people too. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
but there's the thing. Like, if he does have an autism spectrum disorder, we don't know. We can only go on what we know. So let's pretend he does have ADD and schizophrenia, and that's definitely what he has.
Okay, let's all no, just wait for it. Let's all think.
Yeah. What?
Is there more to that sentence?
I know, right? Everyone's like waiting for an answer here.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, how do you like how I just made everyone silent for like 15 seconds?
The prosecutor is the one revealing what he
Please
had.
don't say that word.
And also it says that at one point the prosecutor said someone on the video can be heard saying that he didn't care if the victim was schizophrenic. So they knew. They knew what his condition was.
I'm surprised that they can say the word schizophrenic.
I don't think they use the word schizo. I think they use schizo or they call them something.
No. I think the word that they were looking for was schizo macaroni.
No. I doubt that very much. But to me, I mean, it's pretty much equally horrible, no matter what disorder he had. Like,
yeah, but you know what's despicable is the defense attorneys are the ones that are trying to make this Cooper guy, the older Tessa Faye Cooper, make him look like this awesome member of society because he takes care of his twin brother who's in a wheelchair. He can't commit hate crime against the disabled because he's got a disabled brother.
To be fair, that's kind of his job. I mean,
doesn't that sound familiar though? Doesn't that sound familiar?
That is his job though.
I mean, racist.
It's the black friend defense.
I can't be racist. I have a black guy in my family tree.
So,
as a matter of fact,
but I don't blame the defense attorney for that because that's his job. Of course, he's got to bring up anything that he could possibly.
Yeah. So he's portraying the suspects as hardworking, responsible, and religious. Like Trayvon Martin.
He's doing
he
his
was going
job.
around spreading the word of Jesus that morning.
But let's be fair here, Chair. I mean, that's his job. He's supposed to do that. So let's not get on his case.
No,
he
I know
will
he's
say,
supposed to.
I know, but he'll say that regardless. So, we just have to, I don't know, wait and see how the case turns out.
Well, I mean, the one girl especially has Tanisha has a history of beating people up and battering.
Yeah, Tanisha has armed robbery and aggravated battery charges from 2007. According to what I'm looking at right now, I can't find anything that specifies what the mental disability is. Just that he has diminished mental capacity. So I mean that's extremely nebulous. That could be anything.
Okay, Fern posted an article. I posted an article. I will find more for you.
I double checked it and I re-googled it, and there's a fuck ton of places that are saying he's got schizophrenia and ADD.
Yeah, because that's what the prosecutor told the court.
Yes. Okay, so that's where that came from.
Okay, so he does have schizophrenia and ADD. Now, I can't imagine how trauma like this is going to interact with schizophrenia. Like, I don't even want to think about how hard it's going to be for this kid to recover if he recovers psychologically.
Yeah, that's what I was
from
saying. Like
this.
the first couple days, he wasn't even able to talk to the cops at all. I mean, he has enough trouble communicating and interacting with people as it is. But this is it's gonna take years if he ever recovers at all from it.
What gets me about this story more than anything is the premeditation that had to go into this.
Like, is his schizophrenia going to be triggered now every time he sees a black person? You know, I don't
hope
think
so.
It's not quite like PTSD.
But then
schizophrenia.
Well, but
also
he's going to have
gotta think about
PTSD
it.
after this, most likely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely PTSD now.
You have to think about it too. These 4 individuals just literally had beaten this guy into being racist because he will now be scared of black people
Well, I
if
hope
he
that the
gets
parents
triggered
sue them
every
in
time.
civil court as well as their court.
What money are they gonna get? Throughout half the video, one of the guys that's actually beating him is yelling, "I have no other choice. This is it." Like, what was he yelling? I have basically, I have no way out. I have no other choice. I have nothing else to do. That's it. This is it for me.
Okay, then why is he only asking for $300 for drugs? Probably
Drugs, yeah, obviously.
Drugs.
Yeah, well, here's
something,
my
but it's
thing.
probably because it's a stolen van. And
Well, this is why I keep pointing out that they were actually trying to promote their music career during this entire thing and talking about how hard they are. He kept saying, "Oh, you don't like what I'm fucking doing? Come, I'll fucking tie you up and beat you up too." I do feel like a little bit of this is that shock culture that's going around right now, where he wants to promote his music career. He wants to show off how hardcore of a rapper he is, and he's like, "Look at me! Look at his mugshot. Look at that guy's fucking mugshot. Look how happy he is to be
And I
in
think
jail right now."
Oh, the one that's
Okay.
like snarling in it.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that-
yeah.
One kid named Cooper
Yeah,
should be
guarantee
held more
you this is like
responsible.
up for his street cred.
See, there should be additional charges for that guy named Cooper because Cooper was the one that said, "Yeah, I'm gonna pick him up," and called his parents and picked him up and said, "Yeah, he's coming over to my house for a sleepover." He thought he was going with this one friend.
No,
then
it
you
was
show up at
Jordan.
the house
It was
with these
Jordan
three
Hill.
people.
It was Jordan Hill who was I don't know if the other 3, but I definitely know Jordan Hill went to school with the boy.
Yeah, but it says that Cooper's
Yeah.
the one that picked him up. So.
He says he knows them from school. And how long? Like, how old are the people? How long have they been out of school? How long have they been hanging out?
Three of
Three of them
them
are
are
18, one is
18,
24.
So
Okay, so
they're finishing school this year.
I think one of the girls is the girl's older sister who is 24.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the older
Those her
sister is
apartments.
the one with aggravated battery and robbery charges from 07.
And
The
she's the
rest
one in
are
the red
18.
shirt, I think. I think she's the one in the red shirt in the video.
I don't know. I can't say.
she's the one that's not on camera.
Yeah.
The one
Well,
that's
she
on
was
camera,
in
that's
that
the
ha-
younger
in that
sister.
She's the
27
one that
minutes
didn't
ago, she's
have
on
the phone in her hand. The one that did not have the phone in her hand is Tanisha.
Well, there's two girls. There's one in a red shirt, one in a black
smart
shirt, and the one in
one.
the red shirt was only in it for.
Yeah, say the one with the camera kept showing her face like several times. The older
Yeah,
sister
because
was
I
only
went
on
to her
camera.
Facebook page.
Yeah, say the one who was on the other one was only on camera for a few seconds of what I could stomach. I mean, I only made it about 15 minutes in before I was done. I just I don't want to watch any more of this. The gist has been got at this point.
Guys,
No,
I want to mention one thing.
Open. I lost my shit.
If there is any justice in this world, then the courts will rule that the guys cannot profit off of the crime, and therefore never allow them to have a music career. Not one they can actually get a penny from.
Oh, I would honestly. Okay, so here's what
You guys want to put together a petition?
No. Let me. Well, yeah, sure, but here's my thought on this. They're being charged with multiple felonies. In the U.S., there's kind of a loose 3 strikes you're out system, so to speak, with felonies, where you're basically looking at life in prison kind of thing. Now, the hate crime is not an actual charge in and of itself. It's an enhancement of another charge. And I think it has to be a violence or vandalism charge for a hate crime to be to the hate crime enhancement to be assessed. But honestly, I believe now I need to get more research, and the problem is legal is written in legalese and it's hard to understand. But I think there's the potential that within the law we could lock them up for life for this.
Good.
I hope so.
Because
good.
I honestly would push for the death penalty if it were me.
This needs to set an example.
Yeah, I would
So
make an example of them. I would push for the death penalty.
So you don't believe in rehabilitation?
I believe in rehabilitation within reason, but that was premeditated, overt torture over an extended period of time. Now, if they would have beaten him up in a corner alley,
the same article said he was only tied up and beaten for about 4 hours.
Okay, so
that's 4 hours. That's like,
even no.
Opportunities to stop.
It's
and
worse
the fact
than
that
that.
they broadcasted it. It's the fact that they broadcast it to me, and unpopular opinion, but that to me speaks to a terroristic mindset.
It's worse than that though, because the mother drops him off on the 31st, right? Of October. He wasn't found until the 3rd or 4th.
You mean 31st of December?
December, yeah. I'm very tired and on a lot of.
It's okay. I just want to make sure that we're clear to the audience. That's the reason.
He talked to the mother during those couple days. Driving him in the van.
he was kept in the van. They drove around and he slept in the van for 2 days. They had him captive for 2 days.
But he was in touch with the mother during that 2 days. That's what I'm saying.
But the van was stolen, so the van that speaks even more to the thing of meditation, because they stole a van. And I don't know if they stole a van with this in mind, but they stole a van and they were driving him around in a stolen van.
Do you have the audio set up on this Hangout or no?
You have to talk to Schmeckle.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he's able to play audio or not, because I want to play this Kevin Logan thing about it and see if you guys are as outraged with the Kevin Logan videos I am.
I try not to be outraged.
If you post it in the side, I can play it.
Okay. I'll post it inside. It's the end part of the video that pisses me out the most. His whiny voice, the way he's imitating stuff. I agree with some of what he said. Like, the whole part about being too politically correct. I get that. But he's all at the end. He's like, they're all whining about, mental disability and all this stuff. And it's like, you fucking dumbass. Schizophrenia is a lot different than
I think everyone's so shocked about the mental disability because it lends more to the credence of, they groomed him for this.
Yeah.
He was not a target of convenience. He was a planned, and it wasn't just he was the first white guy they saw after they decided to go beat up a white kid. No, they planned this ahead of time. I mean, that's why I would push for the death penalty, honestly, because it's not that I don't believe in rehabilitation. It's that they have done enough damage to society that I'm not willing to gamble on them again.
I would honestly love for them to speak candidly. For them, if they are put in prison for life and there's no chance of parole, for them to be honest about if there was a premeditation, if they had planned this for weeks in advance.
Anyway, I posted it there in the side chat if you see it there. It's it's his character known as the friggin' skeptical squirrel. And he's essentially calling all the media cucks because they said that he had special needs. It's retarded. That's what I would define as retarded. He shows Stefan Molyneux's video, and Stefan Molyneux's video on this, it's the first time I saw Stefan Molyneux almost go into tears when he was talking about it.
I started crying when I was watching the actual video.
Yeah, me too. When they cut his head open, that's when I started crying.
Yeah, dude, I lost it. That's why
I have a kid with autism and stuff like that, and my theory is if you attack my fucking kid, I will fucking kill you. I don't give a shit.
You guys should spend some time watching some ISIS beheading videos and maybe some Indian decapitation videos, and then see.
That'll desensitize you real quickly.
I've seen them.
Well, here's the difference. Those don't get to me because it's. Those kind of get to me because I actually had a friend who was captured and killed by ISIS, who was a Marine. But the reason those don't get to me in the same way is because it's over fairly quickly. It's watching someone who effectively has the mindset of a child being tortured.
Yep.
That's what got me upset.
I know.
Well, you're not alone.
That's why we need to keep talking
that
about
video,
this. Keep talking about it because,
that video had created two different emotions. Either you were pissed off beyond any reasoning outside of seeing the color red, you couldn't see anything but red, but blood, or you were so upset over watching this video you were in tears.
Well, let me put it this way: this video here that we're about to watch, is so fucking angry that I just.
Well, there was another.
Am I just a special case that actually relaxed about the situation once I finished watching it all?
There wasn't.
I haven't finished watching it all, but I mean, my emotional state did not change from what I saw so far.
There was
but-
another
okay, but you guys-
type of reaction that people were having. Unfortunately, people were trying to defend it.
Like
People were
they're still
trying
calling
to
it
justify it.
BML kidnapping. What the hell did BML have to do with it?
Sorry,
BLM.
Black Lives Matter basically has influenced these people's mindset. It's
Okay,
not
but Black Lives
directly
Matter
related.
had nothing to do with the actual situation. Like that hashtag is also really
Okay, but when Black Lives Matter is shouting shit, guess what they're shouting? They're shouting "fuck Trump" and "fuck white people."
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, though, Chair, is yes, and I feel like I addressed it fairly well in my video yesterday. Yes, they did kind of create the climate for these kind of things to be justified.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not
but
blaming them
no, they
directly
did
for
not.
that.
They did not push for this kind of attack. But
they haven't
ignore the
come out
fact
against it either.
Well,
have.
Actually, the Chicago chapter has. I haven't heard anything from the larger groups. But
I
the
haven't heard
Chicago
that-
chapter has.
I haven't heard that the Chicago chapter spoke out against it. Now that I
No,
know
they-
they
they-
spoke out
yeah,
against
the
it, that gives me a little
Chicago
bit of
chapter
respect for them because
No, just
finally one
somebody
of
who
these leftist fucking
identified-
organizations actually comes out and condemns one of these stupid people's actions.
Somebody who identified as BLM made a comment on it, but not an official person from that chapter.
No, they haven't made an official statement. There has been an official statement made.
Which they need to
I
do,
will look it up.
honestly. I think they need to make an official statement that's like, this we don't condone this and stuff. But here's the thing: is their mantra, their first thing in their chant. I'm sure you've all seen the videos. Is
Okay, yes, there's
it is
an
our
article
duty
now
to
that says that
fight.
they're.
It is our duty to win. We have nothing to lose.
It is
but
about
our
change. Yeah.
See, with
Sorry,
rhetoric
I
like
just-
that, a deranged enough mind could misconstrue fight to mean something like what we saw in Chicago.
Well, it's just like it's just.
Okay,
So
see,
are they
the BBC
complicit?
here, right?
No,
Okay.
but they are responsible for the cultural
Okay, but listen. Okay.
position.
The BBC is reporting.
You mean the cult?
Okay, BBC is saying.
So what you're saying essentially is that BLM is the Hitler when it came to the Jews being annihilated.
Yeah.
I would say BLM is the Nietzsche of the Jews being annihilated.
Okay, so BBC is saying Chicago attack condemned by Black Lives Matter campaigners, but when you read the article, it says student Shelby, a supporter of Black Lives Matter, told them that the campaign group is being unfairly linked. Now, it's a supporter of Black Lives Matter. It's not one of the three organizers saying anything.
Okay, I take it back. Fuck Black Lives Matter once again.
But I'm just talking about those specific those three black women specifically. I forget what their names are now. The ones who started it should be saying something.
I wanted
They should
them
be
to have
saying
really
our movement is not.
stupid
This is not what we stand for. Stop saying it's Black Lives Matter. That's all you should do.
They're
One
not
little
going to
tweet.
say anything.
Well, no,
though,
hold on. I actually think it's our duty as the skeptics, the cynics, whatever the fuck you want to call us, to say actually that's not accurate. That hashtag right there is completely inaccurate.
Oh, it is inaccurate. I'll absolutely say that right now. I like I said in my video earlier, for those of you who haven't seen it, I am going to show myself a little bit there because I did take some time to actually talk about this on a video, but it's inaccurate and deceptive to say that Black Lives Matter is responsible for the kidnapping. However, they did help foster the environment to where we're seeing apologia for this kind of behavior.
And like the problem is that
Yes.
that hashtag has grown so much now. That's how people will find the videos about it. That's the only problem. Is that they've used that tag and it spread so much now that that's the only way that people find it. And it's like, not now. There's a lot more tags now that you can use instead.
Well, yeah, I mean the tag is in my title. It's hashtag BLM kidnapping ? And then a rant.
Yeah, and you got to use that in your tag so that you can get people to see it.
Well, yeah, that's why I did. That's why I tagged it that way, is so I could get views. I mean, I'm a selfish dick that way. But,
In a way,
Well,
it's
but
good.
I don't call
No,
it.
look, we
that.
care about the issues and we want to help people, but at the same time, you still just like
Playing
Daily Show
devil's-
talks about issues, and they still need to have viewers. You know.
Okay, so here's the
Playing
issue.
devil's-
When you put out your video, did you actually address the fact that Black Lives Matter had nothing to do with the situation, except for
Oh, yeah.
maybe foster the environment and the atmosphere
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the kind of
yeah.
bullshit?
That's kind of the focus of the video, actually, is that that they foster the environment, but they're not directly connected.
What's that, Fern?
Playing devil's
Devil's advocate.
devil's advocate on this one. I think
Yeah.
it's good that it was titled BLM kidnapping because it holds a mirror up to BLM and goes, "This is what you are causing. This is
Yeah.
the racial divide you have made."
Yeah, but we have
I-
we have much better cases to put up mirror up to BLM and say, what the hell is this shit? They
question
go
I
out
asked,
and do
okay.
all kinds of shit themselves. Have you been to their website? It's ridiculous.
Oh,
Like, we were
it's
sitting on a live stream the other day and just joking at their demands.
Yep.
Just read their own demands. They're retarded.
Okay, here's the question I asked. The question I asked is this: is that
Jesus.
does it really matter that much if they said Black Lives Matter, even if it wasn't, if it brings attention to racial violence?
Right.
You know, I mean, that's what the tag is doing. It's bringing attention to not just BLM, but racial violence in general. Like,
So I don't know if this has been asked already or not, because it seems like something that would have already been done. I just haven't heard it yet. But has anyone looked at these kids' Facebook posts or their Twitter feed or anything?
I have.
Have they ever?
I actually did look over their Facebook posts, and Brittany is very much a self-centered bitch.
Okay.
you know what pisses me off
Well,
too
I
is
mean that's not unexpected. I mean, like, if you're young and you're a teenager and all that, so the world revolves around you.
yeah, but here's the thing.
All right.
It's likely that if that kid had been black and it was white people attacking him, that those white people would have had their Facebook account shut down immediately. These people should have their
Okay,
account shut down.
you know what? I'm glad you brought this up. Because apparently in November there was a reversal where a black mentally disabled child was assaulted by two white teenagers. They're all three teenagers. Yeah, with a coat hanger. And there was no news media coverage of that. Black Lives Matter was nowhere to be found for something like that. I would actually get some information about this article, where it came from, and verify if
We're doing a video on it.
It's on my stream. It's on like my last stream that I had.
Okay.
We talked about it.
Yeah, because I want to look more into that one as well, because like I said before, this kind of shit it's horrible. You don't attack people.
Actually,
you definitely don't attack mentally disabled people.
Well, look, I covered a story today that's pretty much
since
the
we're
same.
on this topic, what if they did find out about that and called it KKK attacks, KKK kidnapping, or KKK forced rape? How many of us would freak out at this shit and be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" The KKK had nothing to do with it, and they'll say, "Well, guys, this is the environment that the KKK fosters."
Here's the thing:
I would rather have the KKK blamed than all white people.
The KKK would not just be the ones to blame. What they would be using instead is all white people are racist. This is the environment that all white people bring to the table. This is why we need to eliminate all white people.
It would weigh more.
Love for them to actually start that kind of rhetoric.
Kidnapping.
Not to mention KKK would probably support this kind of shit.
Yes, they would.
But KKK doesn't really foster an environment for shit right now because they barely exist.
You say there's like what, 5,000
I
of them?
can hear snoring.
Yeah, about 5,000 of them.
You say, I hear either like snoring or really heavy breathing. It's
someone's sleeping. I don't know who, but
that's not me.
Sleep.
Okay. Everyone, sound off.
Here, Optimus Christ.
Like I'm
Here.
Here.
I'm still here.
Here.
Jim the Ape here.
Well, it stopped. Was that you, Shrek?
Yeah, because they got a 10.
Who's the orange monkey?
Wasn't me.
It's me, Samaj.
I'm gonna post this
Who's the orange monkey? That's racist.
Okay.
Say that's
a hate crime.
What happened?
I thought the orange monkey was Donald Trump.
Okay, there's an article.
No.
I'm gonna build a wall. It's gonna be beautiful. I'm gonna keep China out. It's gonna be beautiful.
No, he's the tallest Oompa Loompa.
Yeah,
Okay, there's an article in the side chat. It's from 1999, right? And these people, it wasn't a race thing, but these 8 people took this kid to a party. It's pretty much the same story, minus the race. They told this mentally disabled kid that they were going to go to a party, and they bring him over there, and there's 8 people, and they're all beating the snot out of him, but the violence was much worse. And I don't even remember hearing about this back then.
Are you talking about the kid with autism who gets assaulted by one of the party attendants, or I think the party host's boyfriend?
No, this was.
It looks like
there
were 8 people charged in the article that Chair just linked from February of 1999.
Yeah.
Now, I personally wouldn't remember this because I was 9 years old when this happened. So
they copied a scene from Scream when the victim was taped to a piece of patio furniture. And they
Oh, yeah,
shaved
that
his
was about
head.
when Scream came out.
They shaved his head. They beat him up. They took him into the woods and beat him up some more and did all sorts of stuff. And like,
What the fuck is wrong with kids?
it's a similar story, just minus the race thing. It's pretty much the same idea. It's like, what the hell? The stuff is just repeating itself. And look, the thing about Tim, that's what I'm saying. That's what pisses me off. Is just his nonchalant way of acting like it's no big deal. Like, if he had made a video first where he's decrying this crime and saying how horrible and awful it is, I would be okay with it. But no, all he's saying is just this thing about, oh, it's not a big deal. It's just a retarded guy, whatever. And it's like semantics, right? You know, really is all it is.
I feel like it's a bigger deal because he's.
Yeah, but whether you call him a retard or whether you call him schizophrenic or whatever you call him, the point is he had a reduced mental capacity. That's
So call him mentally retarded, and that's it. It's not specific enough for anything.
yeah, but the
It's
way he
just
said
as
it,
the-
it wasn't just try. He wasn't using it like the way the medical community used to use it. You know, that's not the way he was using it. He
Okay,
was
you can
using
call
it
this a mental as the way the industrial community uses it, and you
Right,
can
but
retard the machine by
his
slowing
tone
it
is
down.
so derogatory that's why the word pisses me off when they use it like that. In this case, because it's not like, oh, you're acting retarded. That's a different story. If you say to someone, you're acting like an idiot, therefore you're acting retarded, that's different than saying, you know, that's the only time I get mad about the R word. About retard. That's the only time I get mad about it.
Yeah, I do kind of feel uncomfortable that the same word is used to describe people who are legitimately mentally handicapped as people who are just kind of willfully ignorant.
Yeah, and that's where the difference is. That's why I don't usually use it about disabled people. That's why I get mad when people do it with disabled people.
And you know, over time, my position on using the R word, if you want to call it that, or retarded, you know, whatever, has actually shifted, because there was a time when I was like, oh no, I would never use that. That's, you know, offensive to.
How old are you?
Disabled people. I'm 27.
Yeah, but I don't say it that often at all.
Shouldn't you be old enough to remember when teachers used to call you retarded in class?
I was never called that. I was a relatively good student, but
Okay,
yeah,
so you've never had other teachers call other kids retarded in class.
Not that I remember.
He went to a special school.
I went.
But then eventually, I got around to being like, you know what, fuck it. Like, you know,
All right, well, I started
I'm comfortable
school in
with this
94,
word as
graduated
a
in 99.
derogatory
That's
for
where I went.
willfully ignorant people.
Mhm.
See, my school was so PC.
You know, the
that
term is
when we were
autist.
reading-
Everyone's using autist now instead. You know.
But and there was articles that we read today that said that actually people are coming out, professors and the fucking other people, and being like, well, using autist is also super derogatory, so you guys have to stop using that.
But they're using autist in the sense that these people don't seem to recognize the world around them, which is true for
Be able to
autistic
interact with
people, too.
humans on a regular basis. Yeah, most feminists and fucking SJWs are like that. They just
Like
yell
when
and
they say
screech
autism,
in
they're not
general
saying you're
directions.
autistic because you're stupid. No, they're saying you're autistic because you don't seem to identify, like, be able to connect with the world around you. That's it.
Well, it's not just that.
All right,
it's-
Fern,
well,
what did
it's
you want
like-
to say?
Oh, I was gonna say I went to such a PC school that because I was like the only slightly like not white one. When we were reading Mice and Men, they used to make me say nigger. They were like, "Will you read this passage?"
Say nigger.
Yeah.
I remember reading Mice and Men in my school, and instead of reading nigger, we'd just say the N word.
Oh, you see,
Like,
usually like the quote unquote edgiest kids in class would pass around to each other when we saw profanity on the page.
somebody
Like-
fell asleep
Yeah.
at the mic.
Again?
Listen,
That's the second time that's happened.
Schmeckle.
It's not me.
Who is it?
okay, chair sound off.
It's definitely not me. I know that.
Fern, sound off.
Christ.
Hello.
Stopped.
Jim,
It's not me. I'm wide awake.
I think it's Optimus because as soon as he spoke, it stopped.
No, I've been awake the entire time. I've just been listening to people argue.
Well, we have some
you
mysterious
breathing
person that's
heavy?
sleeping.
Somebody's lying.
We're either
Somebody's
someone's flying
falling asleep.
or we're being hacked by a sleepy person.
Yes, it's the Russians.
And I say,
I would
"Yeah,
say
you're falling
Otimus,
asleep
but
on me."
Otimus
Maybe
isn't in
it's
here. So
both.
I normally would go with Otimus, but Otimus isn't here. So
Or Jason.
Oh Christ, we haven't asked Silurius the question.
oh yeah.
Oh, we haven't.
Oh boy.
Loki. The channel
Loki.
is hilarious. I am Loki 3K. But go ahead. Ask me the question.
Anita Sarkeesian or Lacey Green. You got to stick your dick inside of one of them.
Lacey Green for sure.
Fucking damn it.
Another vote for Lacey Green.
He did
Another victim of herpes.
She has
I'm
made a
sorry,
she
but
has made a career off of letting you know that she knows exactly what she's doing in bed.
Yeah,
But,
tits and
by the way,
heroin, that's the way it
I need to say
works.
one thing.
Which kind of makes me think that she's Googled all of it and she really doesn't know Jack.
Look,
exactly.
But you do have to remember one thing.
Or
though.
his brother.
Have you watched her earlier videos?
You do have to remember one thing, though.
Or
If
those
you're
new
gonna have
photos
sex
of her?
with
Have you guys seen
Lacey
the new
Green-
photos?
If you're gonna have sex with Lacey Green, you have to constantly ask, "Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I do this? Can I do that?" You have to remember that.
But with Anita Sarkeesian, I just wouldn't want to do it, and I absolutely would ask.
I want to make something clear though. I don't want to censor anybody, but if anyone does come on my my fundraiser live stream, please try and keep the retard and cripple jokes to a minimum.
And with that said, this stream is brought to you by Tinga Eggs. Tinga Eggs. Go fuck yourself.
No. This stream has been brought to you by Tinga Eggs. When disproving rape culture wrong has never been more fun.
Well, you can do that all you want. I don't care. But no, on the
Favorite
thing,
plug for
because I'm going to be
Tinga Eggs.
raising money for muscular dystrophy research, there might be people listening who are disabled and sensitive or whatever. So I just want to be respectful and try not to,
It's like, dude, you're raising money for them.
Care.
Like that would be the time to
You can
make
call me a cripple.
those jokes.
Care.
call me a
Happy.
That would be the
Care,
best time to
care.
make those jokes.
I'm
Fair.
listening. What?
A couple of the people, a couple of the people who I was talking to you about are actually, they do have MD themselves, so it'd be very interesting to have them in your live stream, I think.
Yeah, and that's why I try to
That'd be an
get.
interesting
That's why I'm
one.
asking. Shannon
What's your live
to-
stream about? Chill.
It's on the 24th, 21st. I'm going to be raising money for muscular dystrophy research.
All right, that seems.
I
like a
have
worthy cause.
I have poisoned the well for sure, and Pitmonk said that he would stop by, but I haven't confirmed with him. He said to remind him, so who knows? But
As long as your money is actually going to charity.
no, it will. I will show them. I will show them the GoFundMe page when the final amount is up there, and I will show them me literally sending it to MD. I will make a video showing me doing it.
All right, that's good.
MDA.org is where it's going to go. So
I'll try and make it if I'm invited.
it's
I'll
24 hours.
maybe-
So anytime in that 24-hour time frame, if you want to stop by for like 20
All right,
minutes,
maybe I'll get
whatever.
Sigan, my other half, to come on. At least she's
That'd be
in
cool.
mental health research and a bunch of other shit.
Yeah, it's on my Twitter. I tweeted it out already.
You tweet at me all the time.
How
I'll
is
take a
your
look.
other half in mental health research when you say shit like ADD doesn't exist?
Because I
Does
was
that not
diagnosed with
boil
it, and I
her
think it's
piss?
bullshit.
Well, it does, but like it gets thrown around too
No
much by
bias
doctors. That's the only problem.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. It's
Look,
it's
yeah,
really
it does.
If you want to talk civilly, I will say that there are
a
conditions and there
blanket
are people
term.
out there that actually have severe attention deficit disorders. Yes, but the fact that doctors go around and like literally 40% of my school in high school was diagnosed with ADHD, and like they had doctors come
Oh,
in
no,
and prescribe
I can-
pills to school. That's why my general stance on ADHD
you'll love
is
this
it doesn't
story,
I can
exist.
okay?
agree with you. I can agree with you completely on that one. It is overdiagnosed. It's just a catch-all term.
My
that-
my ex's daughter, okay, before she got diagnosed as autistic, right? She's high functioning, but before she got diagnosed, she's apparently the best. She's the best in her 6th grade class right now. So, the highest marks and everything, even though she's autistic. But before she got diagnosed, okay, so we had child protection involved because their father. It's a long story, but anyway, they had basically, because we didn't have a diagnosis, they basically gave us a referral recommendation for this one doctor, right? I look her up online, and she's diagnosing ADHD by having a child jump up and down.
What the fuck?
Apparently, she can tell just from them jumping whether they have ADD or not.
Okay, so when I was diagnosed with ADHD at about 14 or 15, you know what the doctor did? He took my vitals and he played catch with me, and then just prescribed me Ritalin.
Yeah, no, that's why it's ridiculous.
Really?
That's why they're throwing it around too much.
They actually went around to actually have a physical activity with you. They just kind of sat into our class, looked around, circled the people they thought had ADHD, and then the next day they're like, "Yeah, go see a doctor.
That's fucking
You're going to be
disgusting.
prescribed."
We threw a stress ball back and forth 3 or 4 times, and talked to my parents for a minute, like literally with me there. They talked for about a minute, and then we came out with Ritalin, and then we had to come back a week later because the Ritalin wouldn't. I couldn't sleep. Like literally, I didn't sleep for 2 days. And my
So
parents
what
were
they,
like,
what they prescribed then?
I don't remember. what the other stuff was, but they kept me on the same Ritalin dose and they put me on something else. And with the combination of the two, I was pretty much like a functional zombie. I was chemically sociopathic. I had no emotional range. I had no emotions.
Yeah, those drugs are brutal with that.
That's
Actually,
that's
yeah.
disgusting.
What
My daughter, the autism, we knew something was wrong because it's like 2.5, then 3, then 3.5, and she's still not using full sentences and stuff like that, and having trouble communicating and everything. And then we eventually got the diagnosis, but
they did an interesting study where they took kids that are on the ADHD spectrum, like diagnosed, and only about 5% of those patients, like young children, responded well to Ritalin. Their brain, instead of lighting up, like, because Ritalin is basically amphetamines, instead of lighting up like amphetamines make the brain do,
yeah, you might want to restart your popping a lot.
Yeah, you are getting a lot of popping.
You're cackling.
It also seems like you're trying to say something important, which I wouldn't want the audience to get distracted.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The audience to get ADHD.
She can't come in. No, just
while
the stream gave me ADHD.
While we're chilling and on the topic of mental health, my channel's doing a men's mental health. I think it's men's mental health.
But you didn't get a trigger warning that we're talking about mental health. Oh
whatever. No. The point is we're having it sometime on Saturday or Sunday. We're having it on Sunday. If you guys are interested, we're going to have the best discussion we possibly can have.
There's also another, I forget who's doing it, but there's also another 24-hour fundraiser on the 14th that someone's doing. So
that's JT Viper's BSCM Right for Change, which is men's mental health and suicide awareness.
Yeah, I'll definitely stop by on that one at some point.
Yeah, no, that's a scam.
Well,
so
that's why I put mine on the 21st.
The D&D campaign, at least go to the live streams instead to help out people.
Yeah, donate if you can, all that stuff. But okay, so what were you trying to say before? Your mic's better now.
Oh, she's muted. She's got to unmute.
Unmute yourself.
Fern.
Well, all this dead air is fascinating.
I know.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway,
it's like college radio level up in here.
Pa, please don't kill Wilbur. Please, Pa, don't kill Wilbur.
Quick change of topic. What do you guys think so far of what I'm working on?
No one got that reference, really?
I got it, I just didn't care.
The girl's name is Charlotte's Web. Is Fern.
Is that like a feminist Optimus Prime?
Is it a feminist?
No.
I'm alright.
It's supposed to be anti-feminist. It's an Optimus Christ, but it's anti-feminist. But since the circle is going to be a lot of lines, I'm not going to add that until the very end.
So she can talk.
Are you giving him manicured nails?
I hope not. I'm already the best looking. I am already the best looking robot in the world. So.
Is it giving him French robo tips?
No.
You got balls of steel too.
I've got balls of steel.
Oh,
I was hoping they'd be like titanium.
So I was saying something actually interesting about ADHD.
Yeah.
Before my mic fucked up. So they did a study, and they looked at the brain while on Ritalin and while not on Ritalin of like cases of diagnosed ADD and ADHD, and only about 5% of those actually showed a calming down of the synapse firing in treatment of Ritalin. So they think that 5% of ADD and ADHD diagnoses are actually genuine, and the rest just don't respond to medication.
Right. Didn't they just come out with shit? We were talking about this earlier. Actually, right before I came on here. Hold on. Let me get my information.
Oh, this chest infection's horrible. I have to keep fucking muting myself to take a proper breath because I'm like.
Did you guys see the Paul Joseph thing on the depression? How apparently the antidepressants don't work, and there's a bunch of whole things. So he's like, depression's just a myth.
You know, it does work. Weed.
Not for depression, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No.
No.
Is
No.
depression a myth or is antidepressant?
It depends on the type of weed you're taking.
Well, here's the thing with that, with the whole marijuana for depression thing. It really depends on the different aspects of depression. Like in some cases it can be beneficial, in some cases it's not. It's not just a fix-all for.
Well, the marijuana I smoke helps with my pain, but at the same time, I do find that it also helps when I get depressed.
Because it's helping with your pain, it will help with your depression because pain causes depression.
Oh, I'm not depressed about the pain. I'm depressed about
Triggered by pain.
No, it does. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're depressed in yourself. If you feel depressed, it stops the brain producing as much serotonin as it should.
Do you guys ever feel like we're just overly medicated?
No, it's more that I forget about the impending doom of the universe collapsing in itself and the sun blowing up and all that shit. You know.
Actually, the current scientific theory is that it's going to be the heat death of the universe, which means just everything spreads so far apart that nothing interacts.
You're not helping.
You'll be long dead before that happens.
You're not helping.
All right, fine. Helping news. Marijuana is going to be legal everywhere soon.
Yeah, except Canada, because the Liberals keep promising it and they'll never do it.
Again.
This just in: kittens are still adorable.
I'm really interested.
That's why BuzzFeed is still in business.
Dead kittens are even more adorable. No,
is that study like, was it that depression isn't real? Like the brain doesn't react the way we thought it did when depressed, or is it that medication doesn't work on depression?
They're saying the whole theory behind why we thought we get depression, like the depression is an obvious thing. Like we get depression. Depression's clearly real, but the way we medicate people for depression is complete bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
They apparently like what is it? Most of the drugs just don't work and don't do what they need to do.
Or they cause people way worse side effects than the depression.
Well, yeah, because the SSRI is most antidepressants, so it's serotonin. Redox inhibitors, so it produces or stops the production of serotonin. But I mean, they've known about like serotonin imbalance, like clinical depression can be treated with medication. But I feel sad isn't like quite as simple.
It's not bipolar. I feel sad.
I mean, like, yeah, a lot of mental illnesses are just the chemicals in the brain are out of whack, and it causes you to feel like glum or happy, or
Yeah.
By the way, if you're not certain if you're suffering from depression, you should speak to somebody about your feelings, preferably a psychiatrist who has the knowledge to talk to you about your feelings.
Yeah, shrinks are idiots.
Wait. I would like to say that it has to be like a certain type. You can't just feel depressed and go see a shrink. Like sometimes you might be depressed because you're just did something shitty, or like you burnt down your house and then you're like, I feel depressed. Maybe I should get some drugs and not feel bad about it.
Yeah,
or
I can go talk.
I gambled all my money away.
No, just talk. I'm not saying go get medicated. I'm saying just talk to somebody.
Yeah, make sure you go to
preferably somebody who's actually trained in that kind of field.
Just be careful, because one of those, either a psychologist or a psychiatrist gives you meds and the other one doesn't. I forget which it is.
Psychiatrist.
The psychiatrist gives you medications. The psychologist is somebody that you talk to about your fifis.
Yes.
Yeah.
A psychologist about my ADHD, and I will have to see a psychiatrist about getting my medication.
You have to remember as well that you can turn around to your doctor and say, I don't want to do medication. I want to do therapy instead.
I would say loneliness more than depression, though. That's what I would call it.
So when you smoke, you feel like you have friends?
No, I just don't care if I have them or not.
No, he smokes until he has imaginary friends that talk.
I wish the weed was that good, but no, it's mainly I actually smoke weed because the back pain can get, like, it's regular back pain every day. Like it's a consistent thing.
You should drop acid so the plants start talking to you. Yeah, make friends with you.
And they tried to look at everything and they did a scan on my back, found out that it's not curved like I thought it was.
Who's sharpening a knife?
Who's sharpening knives for a murder?
Yeah, what it sounds like.
I'm not sharpening a knife. That's my mouse.
I think the stream is haunted.
Your mouse sounds like it's trying to kill you.
Ooh, spooky.
I have a hypersensitive microphone, and I don't often use a mouse pad because I have to weigh it down because the mouse pad is so thin that it'll slide around and be useless.
I am enjoying watching this drawing though. So
This drawing?
Yeah.
Drawing?
Drawing that I'm doing.
Hey, cunts. We actually covered a topic tonight, so I'm gonna take advantage of that and end the stream early this time. We'll make it a short one that actually covered something specific.
Oh,
Well
hey,
done, guys.
milestone.
We did a thing.
And make a highlight out of the snoring.
Yeah.
Try and isolate it, find out who it is.
This snoring brought to you by
actually did hit
Eggs.
200 subs.
Yeah.
I actually hit 200 subs, so I am doing a Ask Me Anything on Twitter. I will answer questions on my next video.
Why are you so gay?
All right, give
Eggs.
yourselves a quick chill, cunts.
I already did.
Let's start with the cripple again.
No, I was gonna do it again, Samaj, but you get mad at me. It's share view on YouTube, share view on Twitter. Pretty simple. I got an interesting video coming out soon about arguing about white people not being Homo sapiens.
Oh God.
Well, you're not.
Oh, so we're aliens, huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
No.
white people are aliens. No, if anyone's aliens, it's Asians. Asians are aliens.
He didn't say what we
Fact.
actually are. He just said because we have some Neanderthal DNA left, we're not Homo sapien. And I'm like, that's not entirely correct, but whatever.
Yeah, but
This is
let's be
disregard
honest.
for science. It's
That
better than the "we
Neanderthal-
was kings, we came from outer space"
Yep.
thing, or from the inner Earth. What the fuck was the last?
No,
one?
I was gonna shill Samaj's channel again, and he was gonna get mad at me because I stole his bit again. So I didn't do it.
You stole my meme. You stole my meme, you fucker.
Yeah.
Don't let your memes be dreams.
Oh, that's beautiful. The middle finger too.
All right, Fern.
Like, are you stealing his picture here?
Not your
No.
time anymore, chair. It's my time.
Go then. Come on.
It's my
your
time to shine, you cripple. Stop rolling on my spotlight.
Yeah.
Fen and Loven on the Twitter. I will be making videos soon on the YouTube, so just follow my Twitter. You'll see when I post videos because I'll post them on Twitter as well.
All right, Jim.
I'm Jim the Ape on Twitter and Jim the Ape on YouTube. I'm pretty easy to find. You'll see this cartoon face, and I'm probably going to be making my own video about the, kidnapping thing because I mean everyone else is, but I'm trying to branch out in the future and do some other stuff. I might make another channel for my hobbies, basically like gaming and shit like that. Gaming and like wrestling talk because I'm a wrestling fan.
Yeah, brother.
And ooh yeah, Macho Man, dig it.
Perfect.
So yeah,
Interesting fact that the friends that I said that I have that have MD, they're both wrestling fans too.
oh,
So it's
cool.
pretty big.
So yeah, I'll probably be starting that at some point in the future and just doing.
What happened?
I'm not positive.
People are disappearing.
Odd.
All right. They're back.
The hell happened?
What
There we
happened to
are.
audio?
Okay, Loki, show yourself.
Okay, Loki 3K is my gaming channel. I do a bunch of gaming garbage with that. Go watch it if you care about gaming. Delirious is my more political channel with all my fucking anti-SJW crap and just occasionally rants about politics. We also have a Dumpster Fire Friday nights live stream where we read really triggering articles and just get really fucking drunk. Now we started a new thing, a book club. If you guys are interested in reading books with us and reviewing them and talking about them, that's going to be a Sunday night or Sunday live stream. Right now we're reading Fahrenheit 451. That's not going to be till next Sunday, and this Sunday we are doing a mental health live stream. Come by if you care. Hopefully all my shit will be in the description below. Otherwise, just click on my channel and subscribe. Or don't, whatever.
I can only read things with pictures, so if you want to bring on comic books, I'll be there.
All right, the robot fucker.
Hey, motherfuckers. Optimus Christ on YouTube. On Twitter at @TRU_Optimus. I do Let's Plays, video game walkthroughs. I talk about MGTOW. Yes, I am one of those guys. And I'm anti-PC culture, so if you plan on bitching about why you use it in this context, in that context, you can lick my asshole. It's not going to work. Fuck off.
And the Lesser Simeon.
You know, $7 isn't a lot of money. So if you can spare something, do everyone a favor and get yourself a Tenga egg. You know you need to rub one out at some point. With that said, Amazon.ca.
Oh, man.
Autobots licked my ass.
Oh, man.
At that point, lick Samaj's ass.
Lord knows I deserve it.
And the feminist.
Oh yeah, I love that one. So I'm Tiki Bomber. I'm literally everywhere on the internet as Tiki Bomber, and when I mean everywhere, I mean literally everywhere. So just look in Tiki Bomber, and you can find me there.
Remember to go on Pornhub. It's her most interesting platform.
Yeah, Pornhub.
Yeah,
So-
I use
Chatterbaits?
the no. What I do is I unbox dildos and stuff, and then I use them on Pornhub.
Chatterbait will get you more money.
Yeah, as a former cam whore, I'm gonna have to go with yes on that one.
Former? You were just on video with me last night.
What I do to earn extra
Giggity.
money is none of the internet's business.
We're sharing our
I
porn
don't
stuff.
know. I overpaid.
If we're going to be sharing our porn handles, you can look me up on Pornhub under Hugh Mungus.
You can look me up on
Sexually
Optimus.
assault me?
You
Did
can-
you just sexually assault me?
Shut up and
If you want-
receive my muffler. But anyway, yeah, look me up on Pornhub, Optimus Christ.
And Wrath.
I'm the Wrath of Controversy. I make videos occasionally, and I also stumble when I'm supposed to be shilling. So check out my channel, check out my Twitter, do things, click on things, click on the downvote button. You know, it's the thumbs down thing. You know, when the Romans would kill people, that's the symbol you want. Everyone click that right meow.
Right, meow.
On this particular
Say right
video.
now, and you're like, no.
So on this thing, on my channel, all the things. Everything's
the
going
things.
thumbs down.
All the things.
Hey, you can
And
just
I'm fucking
user interaction.
Schmeckle. This was a cunt stream. Now fuck off.